So I thought I'd do a video to share with you what to expect or prepare, if you ever have to do a shoulder arthroscopy. I myself had a rotator cuff tear, and from too much workout, doing Viper challenges, and yeah, a tear. And so after getting an MRI, the doctor said, okay, surgery is required to fix the tear, because I've also done like about 4 months of physiotherapy. Initially, it seemed to have gotten better, but then towards the last month, it got a lot worse. And so, the MRI and finding the tear, and so deciding to do the shoulder arthroscopy. Before the surgery, I did a lot of research, watched a lot of YouTube videos that I found to be very useful in my preparations before the surgery. And so I thought I'd like to share some of the insights that I've gotten, and which are those that were useful for me. Specifically for Malaysia, because so far the ones that I've watched on YouTube are from the West. So anyway, it's been exactly 7 days since I've had the shoulder arthroscopy. Thankfully, it was not a very big tear, so I only required 2 screws. They were plastic screws done using the shoulder arthroscopy procedure. So it was GA, was knocked out. I think the surgery took about 2 hours plus. Anyway, at the same time, the doctor found a bone spur on one of the shoulder bones, and he filed that down as well. So anyway, okay. So one of the things that I found useful was in the preparations. I think that helped with pre-surgery. To be honest, I didn't feel nervous before the surgery, but on that night before and that morning, I was so nervous. I was scared as well. I guess it's more because it's my right shoulder and I'm right-handed, and so I was really scared that I will be handicapped. I won't be able to do things, and there's so many things that I wouldn't be able to do. And so it was pretty difficult on the night before and the morning itself. So anyway, so one of the things that I've gotten is okay, so before the surgery you need to fast, and so it was surgery was scheduled at 8 a.m. and so from midnight I couldn't eat and all that, and because it was under general anesthetic, the effects are really drowsy, nauseous, so I was not able to eat and all that. And so it was only the next day on the Sunday. The surgery was Saturday morning. On Sunday was I able to really eat and finish my breakfast. So anyway, one of the videos that I saw us to prepare this, it's stool softener. So because I fasted and was not able to eat, well, didn't really get to go to the toilet until probably on Tuesday. By that time, things were really, really hard. So I bought this from the pharmacy. It cost like less than 20 ringgit. I think it was carrying. I saw it at Aeon Wellness, which cost a lot more. I didn't really have time to go shop around and check out prices. I just went to these two places, and so yeah, I would recommend you taking it as soon as the doctor or surgeon approves it. You should ask after the surgery, or even if you have the chance before the surgery, whether you should. You can take that. My doctor said yes, take at night 15 ml to help with that. I wish I had taken it sooner because by Tuesday morning it was really sore. Anyway, yep. The the other thing was okay, the pain was pretty bad. Couldn't sleep for a few nights. The doctor, upon discharge, gave me Arthroscopy, but that's like only it's less than 100 grams, and so it's a 24-hour thing, and so I could only take it once a day. I started off taking it in the morning after breakfast, but found that at night I couldn't sleep because of the pain. It was really bad. So I to help with that, I use the cryocalf. So that's the other thing that it's some people call it the ice machine. It's basically like a ice box with the hose that connects through the calf, which helped a lot with the pain. So when I was in a hospital, they have of course a much better version of it, and it really helped with the pain during the times when I couldn't take the pain killers. So it helped me to a certain extent. So during the day I used it. However, the one that I it cost a lot. Okay, I tried searching for it. I did my research. A whole set, including the cuff and the machine itself, cost like about 1,000 something ringgit. And when I checked, one of the places, just for the cuff itself, it cost like 680 ringgit. So if you are not willing to spend, you can ask around. I managed to borrow one. My sister-in-law's colleague had a knee surgery, and was really kind to lend us the machine. However, because it was a knee cuff, it didn't quite fit with my shoulder. And finding out that it costs so much, I didn't buy one to get the cuff. I was gonna get one, but in the end I thought of an idea. I got a knee wrap. So here, so I went for physio before I actually got a scan, and so the physiotherapist would give me this ice treatment using the cryocalf. And so what I saw them do was use a sort of like a strap that has got velcro on either side, and so I went searching for it, and I managed to find this. It's actually a knee wrap, but it was long enough to actually wrap around my shoulder, around my body, and that helped to hold the knee cuff in place, and so that was great. The knee wrap cost me like 30 something ringgit, so I thought it was worth it. They also sold a lot of the ankle wraps, which I found was too short, and they only had one velcro on one side, so it was it was not so useful, not so suitable, so I found the knee wrap from one of the pharmacies, and yeah, got a discount because I joined the membership. Anyway, so yeah, the cryo cuff helped a lot, as I used it at night, but unfortunately the one that the cuff that I used, it's the Aircast brand. What happens is that it fills up the cuff with water, and so it gets pretty heavy. You know, when you're lying down, and the cuff is like on your shoulder and weighing it down. So after a couple of nights, I found that it was not very comfortable, and so I stopped using it. But during the first few days I used it, it was very, very helpful with the pain. So if you can get your hands on one, you should. Even the doctor did say as well, I mean, I was using it at the hospital, and that helped a lot. The doctor did say that it will probably work for the first week, which I guess is true, because even though I still feel the pain every now and then, it's not that bad that I would need to keep using the cryo cuff. So yeah. Apart from that, there were some other like tips and stuff that I got from some of the videos, and in order for you to help you sleep at night. So I got this. It's lavender drops. This is from Young Living. It was also recommended by someone on the internet. I don't remember where I got this from, but I happened to have some. She recommended putting it below your feet, on the soles of your feet when you go to sleep at night. I think I also use some on my neck and all to help. That night I slept till the next morning, 11:30. Before I woke up, and I guess it kind of helped. And then the doctor also prescribed this gel. So after the surgery, my whole shoulder here was really, really stiff, and it was so painful. So he prescribed this Fastum gel. Okay, so it looks like that. It's non-steroidal, and this is how it looks like inside. So it's to be applied onto the stiff shoulder, not so much on the wounds. Now after, I also say by Wednesday, it felt a whole lot better. It wasn't so stiff and hard. Felt more relaxed, and so yeah, that helped. If the doctor does not prescribe to you, perhaps you can just ask for it, and you can also just buy it from the pharmacy. So apart from that, I also got this massage oil. It's for massage, but this is like peppermint, and I found that it was pretty helpful when I sleep at night, because it's peppermint and it feels very refreshing, and so it was pretty nice. I used it for 2 nights, and this morning I also woke up about 10:30, so I guess I had a very much better sleep compared to the first few nights. Even at the hospital, obviously, I was discharged on day 3 after surgery. So yeah, if any of you have had a hospital stay, you would know that you would probably not get much sleep, because the nurses will be coming in pretty much every couple hours to check your blood pressure, your temperature, heartbeat, heart rate, And also because the krill cuff, you know, you fill it with ice and all, and so they will come in to check whether the ice is still there. And so yeah, hardly any sleep at all. And but the last 2 nights, you know, with the help of these things, it really helped. The other thing that I found that I got was I developed a cough. Imagine coughing and pain and your shoulders and chest moving and no joke. So yeah, I asked the doctor about this, and he said, you know, I could just get any of the over-the-counter cough mixture. He asked whether I had green phlegm, and if I did, to go and see a doctor and to maybe get some antibiotics. But thankfully there wasn't. It was more like a dry cough type. So I took some promethazine for night because it makes you drowsy, and then for the daytime, Durotas, I think that's what it's called. So yeah, those helped a lot. I think my cough has really lessened, and that is great because it was also one of the things that caused my sleepless nights and you know, coughing through the night and all that. So the other thing that I found to be very useful, this probably applies to more to women, you know, having to wear a bra. Imagine the arm like that and trying to reach back to buckle your bra and all. And so so I got these, what I'm wearing, the tops from Uniqlo, the Arism that comes with a bra top. And so I figured out how to put it on without hurting. You basically, rather than putting it on over your head from the top, you wear it like you're wearing a pair of pants. It helps a lot. So basically, when you are putting it on, you wouldn't have the sling. All you need to do is just let your arm hang loose. You put it over into the arm that the affected arm first, and then try to pull it over your shoulder, and then you do it on the other side. And yeah, no need to worry about wearing a bra and going out without one. So yeah, that was great. Not that cheap though, it's like about 80 ringgit, but I think it's pretty worth it. So yeah, another thing that I found recommended was the a back knobber. It's basically this S-shaped device that you use to massage the back. I found some online, they weren't that cheap. It's like it costs about 100 something. I wasn't willing to pay for that, so someone recommended trying to look for one at Daiso, and I managed to find this thing. It's not quite S-shaped. Well, I tested it out there, and it felt like okay, you know, it kind of helps. So what you do is you just put it in a bag and then you rub. But I found that little beak there was not very good because it's pretty painful. So I could use it like this, you know, the flat part, but then because this thing cost me like what, 5.50, something like that, 5 ringgit 50 cents. So yeah, I found that it was kind of sharp over here, and so with prolonged rubbing and all, it kind of may rub off some of your skin. So but it might help if you put on some massage oil. That might feel better, but I guess it's better than nothing because you could also use it to do that. So yeah, otherwise, if you would like to pay for one, you can search back knobber That's BACKNOBBER. It costs about 150, some or less, 120 something. So yeah, I think that will help. You can reach to the back. The other thing that I got was a long handle brush for bathing. I tested it out once. I didn't quite like it because maybe I'm just not used to using a device to bathe. But I found that I didn't really have that much of a problem to bathe. Pretty much able to reach everywhere using just my left hand. And so yeah, speaking of left hand, so because I use my right hand and the affected side is the right. So what I had to do was to start using my left hand to pretty much do everything. So it really helped that one of the videos I watched recommended to practice using your left hand, and I did. So I started using my left hand to do things like brush my teeth, to try and put on makeup, which was pretty tough, to put on clothes and everything, to shower, just using the left hand, practicing that. It helped a lot because your dominant hand is stronger, and you find that when you're trying to use a less dominant hand to do things, you find that it gets really tired very easily. And so I guess that I started probably about a week and a half or 2 weeks before, and a bit here and there using my left hand to do things and all. It helped a lot. It really did. I found that my left hand is pretty useful. I was able to do a lot of things. I am perfecting brushing my teeth using my left hand. It's getting a lot better. Makeup, not so. Also, well, I haven't been out much, except today when for facial. Of course, doctor said no driving for 2 months, so I took one of the ride hailing things, and and I found that my left hand was not so useless, and didn't get tired so easily. And so I've been using that a lot, and I guess it also helped in my case because the tear, so the rotator cuff tear, according to the doctor, wasn't as big as he thought. Initially when I went to see him, he said I may need 4 screws, plastic screws, but in the end he only used 2 because it was a small tear. So I guess in that sense, my recovery was faster. I was able to use my right hand to hold certain things, while, like, for example, when I'm trying to brush my teeth, my right hand will be holding the toothbrush while I put the toothpaste onto the toothbrush using my left hand. So things like that, it helped a lot. And even like making my own breakfast in the morning, made a bagel sandwich with herb roast. The roast was pretty tough. I managed to use my left hand to cut it, although not in nice piece slices, but a little broken here and there, but it worked. So yeah, one of the things that people said was to get people to have like a support system, to have people around you to help you with things. And I would say that is really true, especially for the first few days, first 1, 2, 3 days. I was lucky enough to have my boyfriend stay in the hospital with me during those nights, the days. When I first had my surgery, I was in so much pain, and I could not do so many things. At the same time, the general anesthetic, made me feel really drowsy. You know, walking to the toilet and all that was pretty difficult, and so it was good to have had him around to help me. So that was very helpful, you know. Even on Saturday after the surgery, I couldn't really eat, couldn't really move that much because of the pain and all, and so, you know, he helped feed me. So that was very helpful. After getting back home, it was not too bad. I found that I was pretty independent. I was able to do a lot of things on my own. Today, being the 7th day after the surgery, I was able to boil water, fill up the hot water flask, make my own coffee and tea. You know, like a lot of stuff that I was able to do that I wasn't able to in the first few days. So, but if you have someone around you who can help, that's really nice. Yep. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I hope that this video has been helpful for those of you who may be needing to do this surgery. Well, do not be afraid, you know. I know I got really nervous and really excited. I was scared, you know. I wasn't able to use my hand and all that, but 7th day, pain much less. The doctor also said, you know, the doctor was very helpful. I was able to communicate with him via email to ask questions and stuff. So I asked several questions, and yeah, and he told me during the days when I feel like during the day when it's painful, you know, I can take Panadol for the pain. And also, so far, no fever, no infection, thank God, yay. Yeah, and you know, do your physio daily exercises. I'm sure the doctor will prescribe that. Feel that I have better movement, you know. It can be pretty difficult, you know, like just being in this position. And so usually when I'm lying in bed, I will remove the sling. And also thank God that my tear was not a big one, and I can just use a normal sling like this instead of having to use the brace, which I think it's a lot bulkier, and in this Malaysian weather I don't think it's very pleasant, not being able to move that much. And yeah, especially, you know, the underarm being all cooped up in there. There was this guy I watched on one of the YouTube videos. He kept talking about cleaning your underarms and having deodorant spray, even those baby powder spray and stuff like that. I didn't get any of those, but I think it will be very useful. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope that this helped you somewhat. Okay, we'll see how the recovery goes. Yep, till then, bye.